Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Our today lecture is based on revision according to scheme of study. For first term, the included chapters are our body, animal, life cycle, and plant. And we have done all these chapters. So in today's lectures, we are going to briefly revise all these chapters. Our first chapter is our body. What we have learned in this chapter, we learn about different parts of the body. We learn about the bones, we learn about the skeleton, we learn about the muscles and joints. We learned that an adult human have 206 bones. We learned that a skeleton is the framework that gives shape, structure, or support to our body. And other than that, we learned that the bones do not work alone. They move with the help of muscle and joints. The softer parts of our body is called muscles, and every bone is connected with every other bones, and that connection is called joint. And other than that, we learn that how we can move and how we can walk, how we left the things. We done all these things with the help of bones and joints and muscles. So in this chapter, we learn about our body organs. Understood? So the first question of this chapter is, what is a skeleton? What is a skeleton? The framework of bones in a body is called skeleton. Okay? Skeleton. What is a skeleton? It gives structure, it gives shapes to our body. What is the skeleton? The framework of bones in a body is called skeleton. Our next question is, what do you think it would be like to have no bones in our body? What do you think it would be like to have no bones in our body? So what is the answer of this question? I'll briefly explain it. Okay, we have already discussed in the detail. If I have if I do not have bones in my body, then I cannot stand upright. Okay, the answer is, if I do not have bones in my body, then I cannot stand upright. Understood? The next question of this chapter is, why do we need muscles and joints? Why do we need muscle and joints? Bones do not work alone. They move with the help of muscle and joint. Okay? Joint help the skeleton to move. They allow us to walk, to run, bend, or lift things. Okay, so the answer is, we need muscles and joints for the movement of body parts. We need muscles and joints for the movement of body parts? The answer of this question is we need muscles and joints for the movement of body parts. Okay, understood? Now our next chapter is animal. We learn in this chapter that there are different kinds of animals. Some live in water, some on land, and some can fly. Other than that, we have studied in this chapter about the three groups of animals: herbivores, carnivores, omnivores. Some animals eat plant, they are herbivores like deer and rabbits, and some animal eat other animals, they are carnivores like lion and cheetah, while some animal eat plant and animal too, other animal too. Okay, so they are omnivores, and the human being belong to this group. Other examples are crow and bears. Okay, so in this chapter we learn the three groups of animals. Other than that, we also have learned about the different body parts of the animals. We learn about the beaks of the birds, and other than that, we learn about the web feet of the some animals. And other than that, in this chapter we learned about the teeth of the animals. That meat eater have long, sharp, pointy teeth, while the plant eater have big, flat teeth. And while the group of omnivorous animal have both the teeth long, sharp, big, and flat. Okay, so these are the main points that we learn in this chapter. The first question of this chapter is name two animals that have sharp teeth. Name two animals that have sharp teeth. Lion and cheetah have sharp teeth. Okay, you can also write any other animal that have a sharp teeth. Lion and cheetah have sharp teeth. Okay, lion and cheetah have sharp teeth. The next question of this chapter is why do they have such teeth? Why do they have such teeth? They have such teeth to suit the kind of food they eat. Okay, so they have sharp teeth to tear and eat the flesh. They have sharp teeth to tear and eat the meat. Okay, why they have sharp teeth? They have sharp teeth to tear the meat. Understood? So the next question of this chapter is how are duck able to swim in water? How are duck able to swim in water? The primary use of the whip feet is paddling through water. Do you know? Web feeds are useful on land as well as on water because they allow birds to walk more easily on mud. So the answer of this question is the web feet of duck help them to swim in water. The web feet of duck help them to swim in water. Okay, mostly aquatic animals have web feet. Understood? And what is a webbed feet? Their toes are connected by a thin Look at this. The toes are connected by a thin piece of skin. This is what makes web feet. Okay. So the answer of this question is the webbed feet of duck help them to swim in water. The next question is how does having a long neck help giraffe in feeding itself? The answer is the long neck of the giraffe help them in feeding more efficiently from trees. Okay, the long neck of the giraffe help them in feeding more efficiently from trees. They have long neck because they reach their food in the trees. Okay, why they have long neck? They have a long neck because they reach their food in trees. Our next chapter is life cycle. So first of all, let's shortly discuss what we have learned in this chapter. We learned that a life cycle is something that happened over and over again. With the passage of time, all living organisms become old and die, but they can make copies of themselves by having a young ones. So the life cycle of an animal is all the stages in its life. And the life cycle shows how an animal makes copies of itself. Understood? Other than that, we study in this chapter about the life cycle of frog, about the life cycle of fish, and about the life cycle of butterfly. So the first question of this chapter is what is the life cycle? The life cycle of an animal is all the stages in its life. The life cycle of an animal is all the stages in its life. Okay, what is a life cycle? Life cycle of an animal is all the stages in its life. Our next question of this chapter is what is a baby fish called? When from a fertilized egg, a baby fish came out, what we will call that fish? A baby fish is called fry. Okay, baby fish is called for a few months fry. When they are able to reproduce their life cycle, so they are called then at that stage adult fish. A life cycle in the baby fish is called fry. What is a baby fish called? A baby fish is called fry. A baby fish is called fry. The next question is what is a baby frog called? What is a baby frog called? We have discussed all the life cycle of these three things, the frog, butterfly and fish in very detail. Okay, so a baby frog is called tadpole. A baby frog is called what? Tadpole. A baby fish is called fry, and a baby frog is called tadpole. Our next lecture is plant. So, what we learn in this chapter? We learn about the herbs, shrubs, and trees that according to the stem, we divide the plants into three categories. Trees that have a strong woody stem, they are tall and they are live for many years. And other than that, we learn about the shrubs that they have woody but narrow stem. They are small but they are strong and they live for few years. Other than that, we learn about the herbs that they have a soft stem they are weak plants. And other than that, we learn about the photosynthesis, that how plant make their food, what they need for making their foods. And we learn about different kinds of fruit, we learn about different kinds of vegetables, we learn about food grains, and we learn about the uses of the plant. Other than that, we learn about the uses of wood, that we get wood from the plants and how then we use that wood. And other than that, we learn about that how um how the importance of a plant for us. And it's not just important for us, it also give foods to the animals, it also give home to some animals, it gives shelter to some animals. And we learn much more than that. So the first question of this chapter is, what do plants need to grow? Plants need air, water, and sunlight to grow. Okay? Plants need air, water, and sunlight to grow. And if the plant didn't get one of these, it would die. Okay? Plant need air, water, and sunlight to grow. The next question is, name any five things that we made from wood. Name any five things that we made from wood. You can write any other names, okay? It's not necessary to write these names. Houses, door, window, chair, table, pencils, cupboards, bed, papers, and many other things. Okay, even bridge, buildings, houses, door, window, chair, table. Write any five things that we made from wood. So houses, door, window, chair, table, pencils, okay, and many other things. Plants provide wood to make furniture, toys, building, and even bridges. Okay. Our next question is, list five different uses of plant. Five different uses of plant. There's a lot of uses, like sunflower seeds are used for making oil. The tea and coffee are made from the tea leaves. The aloe vera plant is used in making soap and shampoo. Perfume is used from flowers, medicines and oils are made from herbs. Sugar is made from sugar cane, and many other uses. Let's check out. They provide us oxygen. They provide us oxygen. They provide us fruit. They provide us wood. Medicines is made from plants. They provide us shade. Okay, you can write also any other uses. Okay, if you know any other uses, you can also write any other uses. So this is the end of the lecture, that briefly I revise all the chapters that the included chapter in the first term. So up to here we have finished our first term course. Thank you so much for joining me in your virtual classes. Thank you so much.